Hi everyone, this is Mayank and welcome to Product Breakdown. I've been thinking companies like Uber, Doordash, Lyft, Zomato, Grab, Deliveroo, like there's so many of them around the world. All these on-demand delivery ride-sharing companies, they haven't been profitable yet. Or if they are profitable, they're like marginally profitable. And I wonder why is that? So in today's breakdown, let me talk about what are the biggest challenges these companies are facing that pushes them to not being profitable, and then share my top 3 strategies that will help them succeed in future and set a very strong foundation. All right, so let's get started. Okay, we'll start with the first thing, which is what are these companies? Just a quick blurb. I know we all know about this, but a short blurb. These are companies that are using technology to connect demand with supply in a way that was never done before, in a very efficient manner. If you're Uber, you connect the riders with the drivers. You're a two-sided marketplace, right? Through a technology platform. If you are DoorDash, you are a Deliveroo in the UK, or Zomato in India, you are a three-sided marketplace. You connect the restaurant with the customers, and also through a delivery person who makes the delivery happen. That's the three-sided marketplace. Now, these are complex marketplaces. And technology makes it easy to do the routing, to show the orders, to connect. And they're succeeding because they have very successfully been able to aggregate the demand on one side, so people know about Uber, people know about Uber Eats, people know about Grab, people know about Zomato, Deliveroo, and so on and so forth. And on the other side, aggregated all the supply on one side. And that makes them so powerful. That's what we call the network effect of a marketplace. When you have demand and supply at that scale, it just works. And it's very, very hard to dethrone them. Okay, so that's what these companies are. Now, how do they make money? They make money by facilitating the transaction and taking what we call the take rate out of the transaction. If the order was of $100, let's say they'll take $10, $20, $30 based on the market and based on the company. So the take rate for these platforms vary from anywhere from 10 to 30%. Depending on the market. Now, if the take rate is so high, 30%, or let's say 20, 30%, how can they be not profitable? What are the biggest challenges they're facing what are the biggest costs they're seeing today that makes them hard to be profitable? Let's talk about that a little bit. Okay, cool. So, number one, take rate is an interesting concept, right? But this cost of doing business in a competitive market, you have to control demand and supply. It's classic economics. We control demand and supply by, giving more promotions on both sides. If you look at Uber, if there's a demand-constrained market, which means you have more drivers in the market, less demand, you will see promotions coming in. When promotions come in, it cuts out from the take rate or from driver salary. Well, you cannot reduce the driver salary because if you do so, they might go to Lyft. So again, you have to somehow compromise that. So there's a cost of doing business in a competitive landscape, in a competitive market. That becomes expensive. That's number one. Number two is you have to make sure you match the expectation of the customers. Cancellation, returns, canceled ride, incorrect ride. These are expensive. Look, these costs are significant, and we can see that from the quarterly results. So the question now is, how can they be on the track for profitability? Or how can they set a very strong foundation that can help them grow in a very sustainable manner in future? Okay, so let's talk about the top 3 strategies. So now let's switch into what are the 3 strategies for these companies to set a solid foundation for the future. Okay, let me do 4 actually. I have 3, but one is like people's very common answer. The answer we hear is the most expensive part of connecting or fulfilling an order, whether it's a ride for Uber or a restaurant run for DoorDash or Zomato or Deliveroo, is the person involved in it. And the moment we go towards self-driving cars or automated cars, these things will be all solved because you reduce that cost and then the cost per mile goes down significantly and these companies will be successful. I'm not talking about that strategy. Sure, it'll happen. I think it's at least 5 to 10 years away. So let's talk about the other three strategies, which I think are very, very useful to discuss. Okay, number one, we have to find complementary verticals for these companies to succeed. Let me also add Instacart to the mix. I forgot that part. Instacart is an important one. Okay, so we have to find complementary verticals. It's the classic concept, tried and tested. Think about Asia. You'll find many super apps. Grab has successfully pivoted into a super app. Exceptional, right? It's not just about getting a cab anymore. You can order groceries, you can make payments, exceptionally executed. That's complementary verticals. You get the user for one product, one time, but then you sell them more services. That's where economies of scale kicks in and everything starts to make sense. Now you don't have to acquire the user 5 times for 5 services. The same technology base product can be used to provide 5 services with marginal improvements. Super, super efficient. So that's how these companies can then pivot into a next generation they can go towards the next evolution, I would say, of profitability as well. So I think Grab will be on a good track. I think so. Let's see how it goes. So is Kareem in Middle East. It's emerging to be a super app soon. I think Uber is on that track. We see Uber Eats and Uber Rides. I mean, let's say Uber, the ride app. They're now merging in. They have merged into one. I think that's where we'll start seeing the synergies creating profitable models for these apps. So super app / complementary verticals will be the next strategy. And I think companies are already investing in it, and we'll see more of that coming in the US. Okay, number two is ads. Ads is the underdog. Everybody is investing in ads. When I say ads, what do we mean by that? So if you look at suggested, promoted business on Google, it's an ad. You should be seeing it on Uber Eats, promoted restaurant. McDonald's running ads. If you're searching for breakfast, you might see McDonald's at the top, promoted by McDonald's. It works. And because these companies have the eyeballs, they have gathered the demand, and they have so much businesses on their platform, they can create a sustainable ads business. All right, so that's number two. If you go to any of these companies' website today, Instacart, Doordash, every company is now hiring for ads roles in different categories: product management, engineering, data science, and so forth. So yes, it is happening. They're investing. You'll see it coming in very soon. All right, that's number two. Number one was super apps / complementary verticals, and number two was ads. Number three is an interesting one too. It's direct to consumer. So you're increasing your take rate by doing that while increasing the quality of your product. So this is specifically for delivery companies, for Uber Eats of the world, which does grocery delivery, Zomato, and so on and so forth. So I've seen a lot of these happening in India. So Grofers has a private brand. They sell their own product. They rebranded themselves into Blinkit, and now they're merging with Zomato. Clearly, it's a hard business, so they're merging and trying to find the economies of scale. Anyway, the point here being, if you have your own product line, like Amazon Basics, better example, right? The margins are significantly higher. The take rate is significantly higher. And the bigger the pool of your private labels, better revenue you can create from this. And you already have the data to figure out which ones to invest in. Doordash knows which is the hottest product or convenience product in New York City, Upper West Side area. They can start a private label brand so easily. Anchor is a company that sells on Amazon, has built an entire company based on understanding the demand on Amazon and bootstrapping through it. I'm not saying it's obviously through Amazon, but that's another idea. So if you know that these companies already know the demand, they have so much information about demand, they can easily create their own D2C brand. And a good example is Grofers / Blinkit doing it in India. We'll see more of that happening around the world. That's all for this pod. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about how can companies like Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Deliveroo, Grab, Zomato, and other on-demand marketplaces like logistics companies can become profitable, can create a sustainable business in the future. Love to hear your feedback. And until next time, bye.